Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I had a follow-up suggestion from Michael Hintz based on the outcome of the last battle. Oh yeah, and I should probably set the distance, which we'll leave it at the default, that's fine. But the scenario is, with the extra stipulation, these years and ship numbers, all ships require extra ammo. It is December 1908, and China has not forgot the humiliating defeat it suffered at the hands of the French. Unfortunately, because of the economic fallout of the defeat on the sea and land, and the humiliating peace terms, naval development is stunted. As such, their battle fleet is consisting of pre-dreadnoughts and obsolete cruisers and escorts. They do have much larger numbers this time. The Emperor has a planned invasion of French Indochina, which relies very heavily on naval support to support the land invasion. You, as the French Admiral, have a much smaller fleet of the most modern battleships in your country's fleet, including a handful of brand new dreadnoughts. Yeah, I'll be fine, thanks. So, what do we have? And yeah, I don't know, maybe I should leave that running for now. Dreadnought 1. Had I noticed before that it auto-generates the greebles? Regardless. Alright. So what do we want? We only have 6. We're probably going to want the largest we can get. Much as I like making smaller ones lately, I've been experimenting with that. So my thought is to make a couple of really heavy battleships and cruisers, and then anti-light forces, basically screening cruisers and destroyers. Use the torpedo boats, or the destroyers, as torpedo boat destroyers. I'm looking at that long range accuracy. I'm thinking, since they're limited to 1900, we should go with possibly more 12-inch guns than anything else. Accuracy is still very important. I'm tempted to go with max tower, or maybe dropping it down just a little bit. Ooh, especially with that damage control benefit. Put it there. That's probably going to interfere with the middle turret, but we'll address that in a little bit. So we can do rear tower 8. Or 6. Yeah, that's just better all around. Except that it's expensive and heavy. Try to squeeze it as much as possible. How many centerline guns can I have? I can have a total of 4. Can't fit the medium barbette. Ooh. We can fit the second one though. We can actually do something radical. Do 12-inch 4-gun battery. No mounts? Oh, we can only do 1 then. 3 centerline turrets then. Which is a shame. I mean, we could do something like this, which isn't unheard of for that day and age. That is unheard of for the day and age. That is a ridiculous amount of guns. And the displacement is definitely showing it. And we haven't even gotten to secondaries or anything. So the side guns, we could possibly go down to like a 10 or a 9 and have a very heavy secondary battery for taking out heavy cruisers or getting in close, but I see limited value in that. Do see value in an 8-inch secondary battery. We can do 6s beside. Are there any casemates on this? Nothing but the regular ones. And do I want to stuff a bunch of 3 inches on there? I don't know. Let's do a hexagonal. Oh no, that has too restricted a field of fire. No, I can step it out a little bit. Do something like that, which gives us a hexagonal forward oriented. There's less blocking of the rear turret, more blocking of the forward turret. That gives us a hexagonal heavy secondary battery. Do we do the 4-8-12? Do we even have 4-inch? Should, because of the 8-inch battery. Maybe we should just downgrade it to 6. Or is this an experimental? We're gonna rely on that. Heavy battery and escorts. 6-kilometer range. We'll do 3 torpedo tubes. Drop the bulkheads to standard. We are forward heavy right now. It's a little bit restrictive. We just lose one of the turrets. Cannot place anything up here. Survey says no. They're a hard point that is moving with that. Okay, interesting. Already folded this back as far as we can go. We want the training, which I will set to 50 as our previous rules. Barely regulars. We have the torpedoes. Suppose we'll put the 3-inch since we're not putting any 4s on there. Pretty limited angles. And we need funnels. $280 tons for 12. Yeah, this is ramping up too quickly. Weight wise. 280 for 12. That'd be 560. 428. Okay, the tall funnels are actually getting into a regime where it's worth it. We can do something like that. And add a third funnel if we need it. Do we even need the second funnel? Not as yet. And are there any mounts on the funnel? No. What guns have a bore sec? Oh, those ones. Yeah, never mind. Now we'll save a little bit of weight. We'll go to semi-oil. We don't need the efficiency yet. Let's see if we can get 21 knots. Nice and dreadnought-like turbines, which would also be dreadnought-like. I do love me the auxiliaries, despite the extra weight. Same with the shaft. We'll stick with the balanced. Now for steering, we have hydraulic for extra weight. Or we can go full electric. Extra weight. Electro hydraulic. For even more weight. And better shift speed. Speed loss due to turning. We'll stay with steam for now. Keep that speed when turning. Makes us less maneuverable though, and avoiding torpedoes will actually be a concern now. We can get up to Krupp 2. That's a great weight savings. Throwing our barbettes, we'll leave off the torpedo protection. Single bottom, reinforced. Anti-flood 2. Citadel 2. Protected deck. We need to have increased ammo. We'll actually do that for the torpedoes as well. I'm tempted to go for the light shells again. Weight of fire for the broadside. My thinking is faster reload, even though we lose gun range and penetration, but we have higher muzzle velocity. And we make up for the range with fake cordite. Or ballastite. What's the range at right now? It's basically a null, 18 kilometers. Go for a little bit extra damage, but less accuracy. White powder has generally good accuracy. Reload time plus 9%. Shell weight is 270 pounds, or 270 kilograms versus 312. Charge itself, which lots of damage, but less penetration. Safer. Saves weight as well. I think that's a no-brainer. Dunite. Wow, we're above 1,000 meters per second muzzle velocity. Be very flat trajectory. We sacrifice a little bit of damage, a little bit of weight, and a little bit of safety. We get 10% extra penetration. So 10 kilometers, 16.3 goes to 17.7. And then drops to 17 if we go to Cordite, because we lose the 5% penetration even though we gain range. So we'll stay with the ballistite. We can get up to 19.5. We sacrifice for heavy shells. Hit harder per shell. Ammunition's the same, we're just doing more damage per shell. Which there's something to be said for that rather than pumping them out more quickly. It's a tough choice. Can get the enhanced reloading. And hydraulics I don't think we'll need. Do want the heavier torpedoes. 18-inch is where we're at. Rangefinder. We want the long range or the aiming speed. Because of tweaks in the game, the coincidence rangefinder for that aiming speed does make a pretty significant difference now. It's not a no-brainer. So I'm thinking this is something that pumps out heavy shells relatively quickly. Single funnel. No need to adjust. I don't want the radio yet. Can't actually see a plan now. Thinking we just put the funnel there. That's where it naturally feels like it should go. Now for theirs. 1908 or 1900. That forward weight offset is terrible. Can I delete that turret instead? No place to mount it over there. So I could go non-Dreadnought. Delete these 8-inch guns and put the 12s along the hexagonal arrangement to offset some of that forward weight. We'll move this back. That'll help a lot. Just 45% is really bad. Well, we could put it back and just deal with it. %. 28%. Could grab the secondary battery and instead place them further aft. Really? You'll make this one look all goofy. That's not even aligned right. That appears to be correct. And then we increase our secondary battery and deal with most of that forward offset. Keep our main battery as heavy as can be. Our armor quality is nearly double. So we can do something like, say, 10-inch all the way around the belt. Oh, that's too heavy for sure. Maybe a 2-inch deck straight across, but that doesn't save us enough. Conning tower we'll leave at 12. Superstructure. That's 200 tons. Do 12, 3, and we'll do 6 and 2. No protection, topside protection for the 3-inch. Bring that to 8. And put some basic protection on the superstructure. Throw the rest into propulsion. 23, 23.1, 23.4, 23.5. That was a little too far. Cramped quarters, I'm going to keep it. Gonna hurt us, but crew losses tend to be light in the game. I'm liking this as a battleship. I'll stay in for the construction of the rest. Cruiser, I'm looking at something that can actually threaten their battleships. So let's take a look, see what we have available to us. They look like older styles. Straight line increase in capability. Can't quite get 13,000 with what we have. And double verifying that that is indeed the case for those. So we have 23.5 for the battle line. Let's say 27 for these. Field quarters, semi-oil, put turbines in them. Good auxiliaries, balanced rudder, steam steering. Actually, we'll make these nimble. Question is how nimble. Do electrics. Alright, let's see. 7.5, 13. Oh, that's not too bad actually. So yeah, let's do the full-size tower. Same for these. I'm not seeing too big a difference. We do lose the long range accuracy and the communications range, so let's use the best communications tower. No barbettes. Probably because there's nowhere to put them on this design. Oh, do we max it out? Yeah, let's do the 11-inch guns. Or not. Can we do the 10s at least? We can do 10s. So we'll stick with 10s. I don't want them hugging the superstructure. Secondary guns, we're definitely looking at 5s for the most part. With a few 4s? No? 3s? What can we stick there then? That's just a platform? Okay. Casemate wise, we have places for 2-inch, but I don't really feel like putting 2-inch on anything. Nowhere else to put 5-inch guns. That is a respectable broadside though. Ah, I can stick singles. That includes single 5s. Oh, outstanding. I'll put 4s there. That's not going to be very uniform. The dual 3s won't fit. The single 3s will. We'll do that. It's not many. It doesn't weigh that much. Put the forward torpedo tube. And we'll stick a pair aft. And that should complete that complement. Protect the... Oh, I had thought to revise the decision for anti-torp protection on the battleships, but we have gone past that. Increased shells, increased torpedoes, ballistite. Oh, I forgot. Was it dunite? Ballistite, dunite. We'll stay uniform across the fleet for that. For the torpedoes, we have a range of 6 kilometers with standard torpedoes. We'll keep that. We'll add a little bit of turret traverse. In fact, we'll go electrical. So they have electric steering, electric turrets. Makes some sort of sense. Go with... We are still setting up for rangefinder. Can we fit a radio on this? What can we sacrifice? Oh, the superstructure. Armor. That's too little. The guns will provide though. There we go. We'll add a radio to radio equipment. Now we're left with the rest. Oh, we need a funnel. 115 for 6. Okay, this is just really good improvement overall, so we'll stick a triple funnel back aft. There we go. That's enough funnels. That looks ridiculous. I love it. Alright, what do our main guns have? 10 kilometers is what I've been protecting. 84% quality armor. Just do a main belt of 7. See if we can do that all the way around. Main deck, we'll do 2 if we can. So these will all be kind of light on the main deck. But I'm okay with that. We'll do 4 for these, 2. And then, yeah, don't protect the... Well, we'll put some basic protection on the tops of the 3-inch guns. Can actually have better quarters for these guys. Better bulkheads. We go cramped quarters in 26.9. 26.8. There we go. That'll be our heavy cruiser of ridiculousness, since it's natural draft boilers for something that goes 27 knots. That is delightful. Our max displacement at this tech level, 9,500. Better protection on the earlier one. Better floatability on the even earlier one. That one's kind of small. The layout of this, kind of poor. Alright, 9,500 ton destroyers then. Or cruisers. 300, good grief. Do 30 knots, we'll see how that works out. Main tower wise. And we start trying to scrimp and save so we can have the maximum sized battery that we can have. Something like that. No barbettes. I'm thinking 6-inch guns for the main battery. Oh, I am liking that setup. Could have twice as many of 4-inch. There's really nowhere else I can put it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gun broadside in a uniform 6-inch size. Can the 5s be placed in doubles? Something like this. And I can place casemates, but those are so limited. So I can have 5 6-inch broadside, or I can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 broadside in 5-inch. Frankly, I'm liking the idea of the 6. 7's a bit much to target small ships. Yeah, I'm thinking the 6 is the way to go. Despite being a smaller battery. What does that even look like on a broadside? That is an interesting cruiser. Torpedo tube wise, with the aft torpedoes, as I have been wont to do recently. Get our crew up to regular, natural, turbines, good auxiliaries, balanced. Can go for electric. Electric hydro, maneuvers everything. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. Do definitely want the barbettes. Single hull, we're going to stick to that. Underwater protection. Heavy, increased, palestite, picric, not picric, dunite. Enhanced. This will be a full electro-hydro setup. 18-inch guns. We're going to go for a coincidence rangefinder. Slap radios on them. Turret armor. Call it 4 inches. 2 on top. Can I do the same to the belt? I can. The deck armor is going to be expensive. Max out the conning tower. That's max out for belt armor. Alright, I can do something like bump up the bulkheads, double bottom, and I forgot the funnels again. Cannot fit a triple on there. Dual funnels. That would be 15 for 2 of the enhanced ones. Engine efficiency is pretty terrible, so we're going to have to induce more force. Bring down the bulkheads. And go to a single bottom. 31. 30 and a half. 30.6. Nope, 30 and a half it is. Engine efficiency is right at its limit. I like this as an anti-cruiser, cruiser actually, and it should be good at handling the torpedo boats as well. And then we have our destroyer, which we don't really have options with. That is limited to 1,000 tons. Mistrals. I want 31 knots. Max speed, max bulkheads, max range, minimum crew quarters. We'll take the better front tower. Man, this tower's not even that bad. Lacks communications range, but that's okay. Better in every other respect, but takes up valuable tonnage. Secondary tower. Take it back there, not going to worry about the other one. We want... We go with 4-inch guns. We are only fighting torpedo boats here. I'll do the 5s. Two guns. Move this forward, make this gunboat. Four 5-inch guns, something that wasn't seen until really the 30s? Correct me if I'm wrong on that one. Then we can do 2 pairs of torpedoes. And then slap that funnel in there. I need maximum efficiency on this one. Space. And the enhanced small. Really not that much smaller. Really not smaller at all. Move that forward. Squeezing the torpedoes in there, but it works. We can move the torpedoes out to the sides. Do something more akin to one of the others. I have a feeling we're going to be forced on this one. No. It's actually plenty. I take it if we... Yeah. Need 2 funnels. That works for me. Turbines, widen our auxiliaries, balanced rudder. Armor doesn't matter, but we will get the barbettes. Double hull? Increased ammo, heavy ammo, increased torpedoes, Alstite, Dunite. Not going to do any of that. Get the 18-inch torpedoes. Good, we did 18-inch there. We did go overweight, so we need to get rid of the double hull. Bring that down. Want coincidence rangefinder. Do want the radio. Bring those bulkheads down. Then we need to go to Krupp. Do we want any armor on this? It's going to be hard to make that work. Basically a forward-facing gun shield. But we'll be losing a few things for that. We keep it at... It'll be slower than the cruisers. You know what? No gun shields. 31.5, 31.4. There we go. Aft offset, forward offset, forward offset, forward offset. So our heavy cruisers are the most unbalanced of the ships. I like this lineup though, so let's see how they work out. Oh, they have so many ships. My strategy for this is going to be keep the battleships and cruisers in battle line, screen with the cruisers, try to save the destroyers to do runs on battleships and heavy cruisers, preferably battleships. I want to use their torpedoes. And they need to be able to get in close. Maybe I should have made smaller ones, but whatever. They'll also be able to screen if necessary. Alright, let's see what we have. Let's put them all in the same division. Head, fight. Then we'll have you all follow. You know what? Let's split you up. 2 4-ship divisions. And the purpose is to screen the battle line. We'll stay loose. Tighten up the heavy cruisers. These 3 can scout, that's fine. And then you will follow the heavy cruisers for now. Alright, there we go. Spotted north. Environmentals are ideal, even. They're sorting themselves out. And there we go, spotted. Interesting design. 2, 4, 5 heavy guns per side. Heavy secondary battery. That kind of looks really cool. I like that. As eccentric and odd as it may be. They are at 11 kilometers, so we will get broadside. And let them come to us full broadside. You know what, we're not going to save. We're going to deal with it. 50% hit rate at this range. Down to 9 kilometers. Yeah, they're coming on strong. There's a hit. Let's slow it down. Come down to 19 knots. What we're trying to do right now is maximize firepower on individual targets. Are you turning to stay with? Okay, we lost a torpedo launcher already. We're splitting fire a little bit. Contemplating telling them to all attack. In fact, let's focus. I'm going to focus on one target at a time. I'm going to take it out. Destroyed a main gun. Alright, let's take a closer look at our opponents. 21.5 knots, so they've kept up with the times and speeds, but they're almost like battle cruisers to accomplish that. 11 inch, 10 inch. 11 inch are the wing turrets, the 10 inch are the fore and aft turrets, 6 inch for those heavy secondaries. We're up to 12% accuracy at 6 kilometers. I don't want to let them get too close. They don't have torpedoes. That does mean they're... Oh, come on. Come on now. Let's be reasonable. I know you're trying to screen, but this is a little close. Do we not have... Let's pop and smoke. I think the gong is... it's gonna be done here soon. And let's go ahead and follow heavy cruisers, and you'll follow them. They can launch torpedoes. Torpedo, shift right click. Hold division, please. If you're gonna launch torpedoes, launch them at this guy. They have launched torpedoes. They are trying to take out the torpedo boats, thankfully. Let's turn the fleet. Thing like, say this. I want to finish off the gong, but I want to switch to the wing because she is coming on strong. Cruiser's largely okay. We'll make it a sharper turn. torpedo hit. Two torpedoes, good hits on the wing, heavy flooding. Torpedo boat sunk. Pop smoke on our other screens. Alright, Gong is done. Let's switch to the wing. How far are you? 7 kilometers and a whole bunch of more battleships. Let's do a hard turn. We'll come about, switch sides. Wing is down. Select the battle line. We want the main guns over here. Secondaries can do what they need to. Since they're there to take out those torpedo boats. Assume their torpedoes have decent range. They do not. They're limited to 1.5 kilometers, as they're limited to 1900 tech. Makes sense, actually. Ooh, man. What was that hit? Flash fire. Okay, yeah. Let's get the main guns on Gong then. Finish her off. Six-inch making short work of that torpedo boat. With heavy flooding and all that. Down to 4.7 kilometers. What is their penetration profile? Ooh, we got hit by a torpedo. It was no bueno. Hopefully it was not a friendly torpedo. It probably was though. Torpedo hit on BB. Yeah. We hit ourselves with a torpedo. It happens. Alright, this is the other screen. Make sure the torpedoes are ready to go. You look to be prosecuting an attack rather. Oh, really? You're going right into your own torpedoes. I hope they avoid. Oh my goodness. Alright. You all are being silly. I love the initiative, but it's causing issues because of torpedo avoidance. Let's come back to you all. We'll turn around and re-encounter these battleships here in a little bit. Now we need to finish off Boa. Or not, really. Let's turn around. No, I want a right turn. Hard right. I want to focus on the Bandy as the nearest. check these cruisers. Are they launching torpedoes? Yes, they are. The Chafoe is done. I'm not worried about the Chafoe now. Keep turning. Don't stop. That torpedo boat is rapidly going down. I'm more concerned about the battleships than I am the heavy cruisers. Who is closest? 12.5, 14, 11. Alright, let's go for the Yang Yingju. Do we self-hit? Yeah, we get self-hit a cruiser again. I think their limited torpedo range of the enemy is going to lead us to be rather aggressive. Looks like these are the same design. When flag? Which one is when flag? Over there. What happened to you? Flash fire. Lucky 12-inch hit. Lucky 12-inch hit. 3 ammo detonation. Wow. Just a fluke hit. When flag got hooded. That the secondary's taking out the heavy cruiser. No, there are a couple 12-inch hits in there too. Yep, 1 kilometer torpedoes. I would like the secondaries to take these on. Does appear to be heading in for a attack run. 6.5 kilometers. You know what? Let's angle back out. Take out the light cruiser. Looks like torpedo avoidance. Oh, too little, too late. And we'll switch the main battle force to the Fu Hang. We're down to 6 kilometers already. Yeah, we need to come about. Let's get some torpedoes as well. Geez, the whole battle fleet's just scattered everywhere. Both batteries firing. 4 kilometers. Got her midships and watch this play out. We close to under 4 kilometers. Penetration is actually not that good. On the left. Yeah, that's a torpedo, but I don't think it's gonna hit. Nose on like that. They have every opportunity to avoid. Few hits, but none of them solid. We're coming around her port side. Gonna pass port to port. And she is exposing her sides now. This next salvo should be rather devastating. Full salvo. 1 penetration. 2. 4 belt, main belt. There's what we're looking for. Some flooding. A couple more penetrations. And the hits are stacking. 100% accuracy. Yeah, we'll see about that. Okay. That is nearly 100% and was devastating to her. Next ship in line right here. Take a look around real quick. Oh yeah, devastating. Let's include the secondaries as well. St. Louis acquitting herself very well, even at close range. There we go. Picking out our next target be that one, the Yongjang. Let's come up in speed. Not quite max, let's do 21 maybe? 21.4, nice. Sacrifice a little accuracy, but we'll get a little bit more maneuvering. Get into possession a little better. Torpedo flew in front. Not entirely surprising. She slowed down a lot with that engine damage. Alright, I think she's finally slipping under. Main gun-wise, definitely want them on this one. Although, hello. Let's everyone focus on the Enjoy. We're even getting some torpedoes in there. Just please don't torpedo our own battleship. I'm gonna avoid that one. This one looks promising. There, that's what we were hoping for. Wow. Flash fire, she's done. That takes care of that. Almost feel like we should split up into 3 battleship squadrons. Most of the fleet's out there, and we're just cleaning up things right here. Let's accelerate time. We should see her maneuver soon to avoid that torpedo. We should, yep, she's maneuvering to port. We'll pass in front. Down her starboard side, and we'll just close in. Give us a little left rudder. Ooh, our heavy cruiser's doing some work over here now. A little bit too close. Those cruisers can actually launch and have a chance to hit. But they seem to be focusing auto-targeting on the torpedo boats. They're okay with that. I don't want to tell them to switch their main batteries to these light cruisers, though. Great targets of opportunity. Back to the main action. I say the main action, but the main action appears to be over here. Just tearing up these torpedo boats. They're heavy cruisers, 8-inch guns, 4 funnels, 5-inch secondaries. How many? Lots. Lots of secondaries. I do not understand your auto-targeting. Should be shooting the heavy guns on this guy. Then again, the secondaries are doing work. Couple big hits. Okay, yeah, and they are still targeting. We've lost one friendly ship due to fratricide. It is friendly fire. There we go. I thought we were targeting over here to begin with. Oh yeah, devastating. I think that torpedo will miss. Yeah, it'll miss aft. Despite the Yongzheng coming to a near standstill now. Let's come left as we prepare to switch targets to the Shenbo. Oh, she really wants a piece. Let's have you targeted by the last two battleships. Okay, battleships 4 and 5. Meanwhile, 1 and 2 will take out Shengbong. Shengbo seems to be done already. We'll come hard over and switch to Wei Shang. Good hits on the Hiling. Especially now that it's practically point blank. I like the secondary fire on these. All those 8-inch firing together. I think 8-inch was a good choice. Hiling is about done now. Especially with that extra flooding. 2, 0. There we go, 3 more 12-inch hits. And flash fire? Ammo explosion. Okay. How many battleships do they have left? And will our ammo survive? Is she going away from us? Yeah, I'm not doing a stern chase. Let's close in with these auxiliaries then. Volume of fire should get some lucky hits on the Zhenjiang. Yeah, there we go. 8-inch, 12. We come up in speed. Orbay is limited to 18 knots, but that's okay. Ah, there's the rest of the battle fleet. 8.5 kilometers. They're actually closer than the heavy cruiser. Heavy cruiser's an easier hit though. Or penetration, actually. Well, actually, no, it's not. Okay then. Let's get the heavy guns on the Ming Chen. We'll leave secondaries to local authority, and she is going close with us. Has she not seen what has happened to her sister ships? There we go, big hit. Flash fire into the forward magazine, and she's done. Alright. Next. I think this is telling of the time period. An 8-year tech difference this early in the Dreadnought race really showcases how big a difference the tech during the 1900s really made a difference. Which I think is reasonable. I'm not saying this game is an accurate representation of the times, but I think it's reasonable that it's kind of this devastating. The AI could be a little bit more organized. Granted. But I don't think that would have made too big a difference. There we go, a little bit more damage. Getting about 1 penetration per salvo. 2 with that one. Mid-belt. Flooding. All we need is 2 more flooding events, maybe just 1. And I think with that, yep, that's 2. Sweep to starboard. Need nothing. Alright, let's start making our turn to port. Oh yeah, with that much flooding, she's done. Start saving the main battery. If the main battery to a battleship, secondaries can take this. Just about anything else. He's traversing right to left. Let's accelerate time. And you just see big hits all over the place. Heavy cruiser getting kind of close. More shift targets. Do secondaries though. Alright, let's get all batteries. Eight-inch are getting penetrations. Oh, but those 12-inch hurt. Eight-inch add up too. Oh man, but not like that. Keep the secondaries on her while we engage the next one. Good hits. These heavy cruisers doing? Oh, they're still stuck with the Corvette. That's okay. We're doing decent work. Yeah, I feel like this is a no contest. I mean, what have we lost at this point? Get our mains on the battleship. Secondaries free to target. Let's focus that battleship with the heavy cruisers and see what happens. Force the turn by just manually turning. Hopefully I'll get the Furio to fall back somewhat. I did want to test to see if these heavy cruisers could take out a battleship on their own. Seem to be struggling a little bit. They're doing damage. I think they'll win. But I think it'll take a while. Meanwhile, when our battleships get up close, it is devastating. And they can close in. Not without impunity, but they can soak any damage the Chinese fleet can deal. Torpedo in. That makes this a lot easier. Flash fire. And then Bandy's floods down. Alright, let's close in. Well, the battleships chase this one. Maybe that should be a job for the heavy cruisers. While the light cruisers follow the battleships now, while the heavy cruisers go independent. Drop them down to 24 knots so they can stay together. We'll just dive them into this fleet. In fact, let's get the light cruisers up to max speed. And go this way. We'll tear through this group of light cruisers and then we'll give chase to the battleship if it's still running. Hey look, another battleship. wonder is it? What is doing more damage than anything else? 6s. Those are our light cruisers. What up here? Damage hits pens. 8-inch doing good work. Those are the secondaries. Heavy cruisers on heavy cruisers. I'm looking to make short work of them. One more. Do a hard turn. Actually, let's do a really hard turn. Tens are trying to track. It looks like they're able to do it. Torpedo hit. Oh, our 12-inch are doing the majority, and then 6-inch. And we'll stop the turn about there. Light cruisers. We're still chasing. Do some sort of significant damage. Not really. Well, it looks like they're maneuvering. Smart move for them. A lot of torpedoes headed their way. Be lucky that one might hit. I'm doubtful even of that though. No, we got one torpedo into them. That'll slow them down. Right into the core of the ship too. That's a good hit. All right then, let's get broadside. What we can lay in, see if we can capitalize on that damage. I think my favorite design is actually this one, of the ones we made. The heavy cruiser is quirky, but strange and interesting. They're pumping it down. And our torpedo missed. There goes another one though. That one is unlikely to miss. Considering she's almost DIW. Destroyed the main gun. light cruisers. Torpedo avoidance. Please do not hit friendly torpedoes. Battleships are battleships. They can take hits. Looks like we have a number of torpedoes left in the magazines of the various cruisers, though. The 10 inches are getting penetrations at this range, though. I would hope they would with the characteristics. There's the flooding we needed. And done. We'll head off for this range now. Max speed. Go to ×5. Can we go ahead and detach the Corbeil? I think we should. He is out of 12-inch though. I think she can still handle one of these heavy cruisers. Meanwhile, our heavy cruisers are headed in the same direction. Battle's getting pretty spread out. Torpedo hits heavy cruiser. Good flooding on that. Not going any further though. 2 kilometers now. And Takatak is focused on the heavies, not the light cruisers. Oh, nice hit. That should finish her off. Leaving Sichuan. Really? You launched a torpedo at that angle? This is why when I care about torpedoes, I tend to turn them off and only turn them on when there's a good shot. But she's gonna see that, she's gonna turn left, it's gonna miss. But at the very least, we're getting her to turn, which is allowing our heavies to catch up. Heavy cruisers are now at 12 kilometers. Where are our destroyers? They get tangled up in something? Supposed to be following. Oh, they got put backwards. And just ended up not participating. Following the wrong target. Get you guys turned around. Alright, another 8 minutes and I'm going to call this one, because the victory is near total already. I don't think too much is going to change. What got those penetrating hits? 12-inch. Okay. Wondering if the 6-inch are getting through as well. I'm getting partial pens with them. But it looks like the 8s and 12s are the ones actually getting the flooding on Tau Katak. And there she goes. Keep going in this direction. We can't head off these light cruisers. We can go to 5 now. Actually, I think I'll call it a few minutes even earlier than the 8 I was going to give it. It's like, it's pretty clear. There's 2 light cruisers and a heavy cruiser left. That one's sinking. We could go for the total win just to see how well everything did. But yeah, I think this was total and complete victory. The French got their battle fleet of modern dreadnoughts to intercept the Chinese invasion fleet in time. No, their light cruisers are turning. How about this heavy cruiser? Down to 5 kilometers. We haven't taken a close look at their light cruisers. More classical raider cruiser design, just with lots of 5-inch. That's kind of heavily armed for a light cruiser of 1900. I'll dive in, fearless of their torpedoes. We'll see if we can lose another ship. Ooh, what was that? Ah, a couple 12-inch hits. Yeah, that'll do it. And then a bunch of 6-inch hits to finish off its sister ship. And the heavy cruiser just went down. Total victory, including the designing factor, in less than 2 hours. Tail of the take. The loss is ridiculous. All those sunk ships. All we lost was a light cruiser. Another one moderately damaged, but everything else in relatively decent shape. Ship stats. Go with damage dealt. Szechuan did decently. Don't think this sorts the way it is intended to. So let's just do it by weight class. You can see everything here. Take a look at the heavy cruisers. Nothing earth shattering there. Although their secondaries did decent accuracy. St. Louis, not surprised the main gun accuracy was that high since we got in close with St. Louis quite a few times. Light cruisers, along with the accuracy of 5%. And the destroyers being destroyers. So, there you have it. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know I did. Appreciate you staying to the end. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.